Okay, so this video is going to talk about how you can copy DVDs onto your Fire TV stick. Now, as we all know, the Fire TV stick doesn't have a lot of capacity. So ideally, what we're going to need to follow this video is a USB stick and an OTG cable to enable us to plug in the USB stick to the Fire TV stick to expand the storage. If you need an OTG cable, look in the description of this video. There's a link down there to take you to one. And if you're looking for a USB stick, you don't need to go for a USB 3, go for a USB 2 because that's all the Fire Stick will support at the current time. Incidentally, if you're watching this video as a short, tap on the thumbnail in the bottom right hand corner right now to see the full video. Don't forget to like this video, share it and subscribe to my channel. Doing these three things help us make more great videos for you. Continuing on, like I say, with the USB stick, you probably could get away with a 256GB stick. That on average would probably enable you to copy, I don't know, perhaps 150 to 200 high quality films to the stick and play them on your Fire TV stick. So what we're going to do first of all is once you've got your OTG cable and your USB stick, you can also use an external hard drive, but a stick is recommended over a hard drive because a stick uses less power and there's more chance it's going to work. Sometimes a hard drive, a USB hard drive, the motor on the hard drive can pull too much power off of the power supply that comes with the Fire Stick and may not work or may only work intermittently. Also, I should say that the USB stick needs to be formatted in FAT32 format. Most of them already do come pre-formatted to FAT32, so you probably won't have to do anything. But if you're not sure what your stick is formatted to, then the best thing to do is plug it into the computer. And then once you see it pop up in the bottom right hand corner, make a note of what it's called. Click on any yellow folder and then click on this PC just on the left. Find the name of the drive. Mine popped up in the bottom right hand corner, USB drive D. So that is my USB drive. So right click on that and then go down to properties, left click on properties, and there you go. You will see there file system FAT32 if it is indeed formatted to FAT32. If that says FAT or NTFS or anything else, then this isn't going to work. But I do have a video which shows you how to format the drive to FAT32. Again, I'll put a link to that in the description of this video below. So I'm just going to cancel that off. So as I say, we know that our stick, in my case, is USB drive D. Yours might be something different. Obviously, if you're not sure what yours is, when you plug it in, keep an eye down in the bottom right hand corner of the screen and see what pops up. If nothing pops up, then click on this PC and I'm just going to eject my stick and plug it back in again and we'll show you what will happen. So as you can see, under devices and drivers or devices and drives, I've only got local disk C and BD-ROM E, which is my CD or DVD ROM. If I plug my USB stick in now, after a few seconds, hopefully something else will appear. And there you go, USB drive D has appeared. That indicates that the name of my USB stick is USB drive D. Handy to know because at some point later on in this guide, we are going to need to send the files to the USB stick. So first of all, though, we're going to need to download some software. So let's just come out of this. Going to go into Microsoft Edge. That's my browser. Go up to the address bar at the top of the screen, not the search bar in the middle, but the address bar at the top. I'm going to type in there handbrake.fr. That's handbrake.fr, just as it's shown at the top of the screen there. Once you've typed that in, press enter or return on your keyboard. And if you've typed in the correct address, this is what you should see. So we want to go to downloads just over here. So move your mouse over that, left click once, and at the time of recording this video, the current version, which is 1.6.1, is unable to basically copy some DVDs, in fact the majority of them, so not sure why that is. So we're going to have to download an older version. Now this guide is going to be for people that have got Windows 10 or Windows 11. What we need to do is we need to go down to old releases down there and click release archives. Okay, and what we're looking for, Handbrake 1.6.0-x86_64 win_GUI.exe. So once you see that there, and the size should be 21.95, move your mouse over it, left click once, and hopefully it should start downloading. If you're using Chrome, it'll probably come up in the bottom left hand corner. If we're using Edge or Firefox, it'll come up in the top right like mine has now. Once that's downloaded, what we need to do is we need to go to another website. So let's just click in the address bar at the top there, delete out whatever's in it, and then we need to type in this address up the top here. Now it's quite a long one. I'm going to put that address in the description of this video as well to help you out. But if you want to jot it down now, pause the video, write it down exactly as it's shown on the screen, and then unpause the video when you're ready to continue. So after you've typed in that address, tap on enter or return on your keyboard and you should see this here. And you want to move your mouse over this file just here, left click once, and it might say this file was blocked because it can harm your device. Don't worry, the file is perfectly safe. If you're using Edge, then click on the three dots over there and then click on keep, and that should then download the file. So the next thing we want to do is we just want to close this down. Let's just click on the cross in the top right hand corner, click on a yellow folder, preferably the one at the bottom of the screen, and then click on downloads just to the left, just over here, or the downloads up here, doesn't matter. First thing we want to do is we want to find Handbrake -1.6.0-x86_64 win_GUI. Move your mouse over that, double left click once. Then if this comes up saying, do you want to allow this app to make changes to your device? We'll make sure it says Handbrake -1.6.0-x86_64 win_GUI.exe, and make sure that the verified publisher is open source developer Scott Ray. If that matches, click yes. Click next, click next, click install. That will now install. Shouldn't take too long, just really depends on the speed of your computer. There you go, mine has now installed. So then click finish. And then with this downloads window open, we want to move our mouse over this libdvd css-2.dll. Now you might not see the .dll, but it doesn't matter, just as long as you move your mouse over libdvd CSS-2, click on the right mouse button, and then if you've got show more options there, click show more options. Don't worry if you haven't. Click copy, and then you want to go to this PC just on the left, double click the C drive, double click program files, double click Handbrake, and then find an empty area of this part here, click on the right mouse button, then if you've got show more options, left click once. If you haven't, don't worry, and then left click paste. And then it might say here, you'll need to provide administrator permissions to copy this folder. If that comes up, click on continue, and there we go. That's put that file in there. That file helps us copy a lot of DVDs. So let's just click on the cross just there. And then we want to double click on Handbrake, which is now on our desktop. And there we go, we should see this screen here. Now we want to put our DVD in the DVD drive of our computer or laptop, close it up, and just wait a few seconds, let it read the disk, and then we'll continue on. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is just click cancel just on here, and then click open source. And hopefully here we should see the name of our DVD just to the left there. Left click once on that. It's going to scan the DVD. It's going to find out what's on it. This might take a minute or so to go through the DVD because it's scanning all of the extras, all of the subtitles, all of the different audio files. And once it's finished scanning the disc, you should see like a snapshot of the film or program on the DVD. Now, the next thing we need to do is we need to select where we want to save the DVD to. So what we're going to do is I'm going to click on browse just in the bottom right hand corner, and we need to find the name of our USB drive, and that should be down the left hand side here somewhere. There you go. So mine is USB drive D. Hopefully you made a note of whatever yours was called, so click on that, and then we need to give the DVD a name. So it's actually already named mine. I mean, my DVD is Back to the Future, so it's named it Back to the Future 1. So I'm happy with that, or I could just get rid of the word one, the number 1 after, and then click save. The next thing we want to do is we really want to reduce the size of the file. At the moment, it's going to actually convert it to a 1080p 30 frames per second file, which might not mean much to you, but to be quite honest with you, that's quite a large file. DVDs are only 480p, so I'm going to click on this little arrow here. I'm going to select fast 480p 30, which by today's standards is quite low quality, but you're not going to increase the quality of a DVD by increasing that preset. So that's probably the most optimum setting for DVDs. Like I say, it's going to create a smaller file, and then all we simply do is we just click start encode. Now what it's going to do here is it's going to take a little while to go through, because it's going to want to scan the disc for any foreign subtitles and put them into the file. So if there's any parts of the film or the program that are speaking in foreign and it's got subtitles in your language, then it will definitely display them on the screen when it makes it to the Firestick. Now this is going to take a while. It's going to go through 2 passes. So at the moment mine says the time remaining is 33 minutes, but that we can probably double that, because it's going to run through a second pass afterwards, which is going to probably take another 33 minutes. So obviously I'm going to pause this video and we'll come back to it once the DVD has been copied to the USB drive for our Firestick. So once it's finished copying, you should see in the bottom left hand corner of the screen there, Q finished. So what we need to do now is we just need to close the program down just by clicking on the cross in the top right hand corner. Now I'm just going to show you how you can copy TV series DVDs, so a DVD with several episodes on it. So let's just I'm just going to put in a DVD with some TV series episodes on it, and I'm just going to go into Handbrake. So let's just double click on the Handbrake icon, and if under source selection there we see the name of the DVD, then click on it. If you don't, then click cancel and then click open source, and hopefully you should see it there. And again, it's going to scan the disc. This might take a good few seconds, could take a few minutes, just be patient with it. Okay, so it's scanned the disc, and what we can see in title just up the top there, we've got title number 4. Now yours might be different, but the time, minutes and seconds seem quite long. It's saying 2 hours 25 minutes 35 seconds. Now I know roughly each episode of this DVD is only around about 50 minutes to an hour long. So I guess what this has done is it's actually read the disc and it's basically amalgamated all the episodes on the disc into one title, which means if we just tried to copy it now to the USB stick, it's going to create one file with all the episodes on the disc all merged together, which okay might suit some people, but obviously it's going to be difficult to select the episode that you want. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to click the little arrow just to the right of that time there. And as you can see, there you go, that's a bit more like it. There are other times on this disc here. So I know that there are 3 episodes on this disc. There are actually 7 or 8 titles showing here. I'm guessing 1, 2 and 3 are going to be the actual individual episodes. 5, 6 and 7 are duplicates of the individual episodes, maybe copies with, I don't know, for instance, different soundtracks to them or different sound encodings. One night might be DTS, one might be just normal stereo. And the last track there, which is only a minute long, obviously isn't an episode at all. Not sure what that is. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to click on title 1 there, and that selects the first episode. Again, I'm going to change the preset, okay, there by clicking on the arrow and go to fast 480p 30. Click that. And then I'm going to click on the browse button again. I'm going to find the USB drive. So let's click on that. And it's in the file name here. It's put OFAH Series 6. Now, that's basically because the series is called Only Fools and Horses and it's Series 6. So it's picked up the name. But really, we want to name the episodes or give the episodes numbers. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to type EP1. Okay, just after that. So there you go. So that now reads OFAH Series 6 EP1. So Only Fools and Horses Series 6 Episode 1. I'm going to click on Save. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add that to the queue. So I'm going to click Add to Queue. Now the queue means what I can do is I can queue up all the individual episodes and then just let them go and let them do them all in one go, but make separate files for each of them. So I'm going to click on the little arrow just to the next to title there, select episode 2. I'm just going to make sure that fast 480p 30 is selected, which it is. I'm going to click on browse just down there. I'm going to select the USB drive there. And here again, we've got OFAH Series 6. So this is going to be episode 2. So I'm going to type there EP2. And then click save, and then I want to add that to the queue, so click add to queue, and then I'm going to click on the little drop down again and I'm going to select episode 3 just there on number 3, and we just keep going, basically keep going until we've got all episodes. Now, as I say, looking at these, the times for 1, 2 and 3 and 5, 6 and 7 are identical to each other. So I'm only going to select, I know there's only 3 episodes on this disc, it says on the cover, so I'm just going to select, like I say, the first 3 individually. So I'm going to click browse again because we want to save it to the USB drive. So I'm going to select my USB drive, and again I'm going to give it a better name. So I'm going to put EP3 because it's episode 3. Then I'm going to click save, and then I'm going to click add to queue just there. And as you can see, as I've been adding to queue, you've got a blue bubble there with numbers in. So that means there's 3 items in the queue. That's 3 episodes. So let's just click the queue just there. And that shows us, there you go, each of the individual episodes that are waiting to be processed and transferred to the USB. So all I'm going to do now is just click on Start Queue, and that will then go through and it will process each of the episodes. Again, I'm going to pause this video and we're going to come back to it once this has finished processing and copying over to the USB stick. Once all the episodes disappear and it says queue finished in the bottom left hand corner of the Handbrake box, then that means we're done. We can click on the cross in the top right hand corner there, click on the cross just here in the top right hand corner, and then what we want to do is we want to turn the PC off before disconnecting our USB flash drive or hard drive. So click on the start button, click on the power logo, and then click shut down. Let the computer shut right down, make sure all the lights have gone off and the fans have stopped spinning, and then you can unplug the flash drive, and we can then plug it into the OTG cable and the OTG cable into the Firestick. If we haven't got our OTG cable plugged in, we just unplug the power cable from the Firestick, grab our OTG cable, and what we need to do is we need to find the female end, that's that end there that I'm showing you now, plug the power cable into that end from the power socket, and the other small cable plug into the side of the Firestick itself. It'll only go in one way, so if it doesn't go one way, try another. Then we need the bigger socket. We grab our pen drive, our USB pen drive, take the cap off if you've got a cap on there, plug it in. Again, it'll only go in one way, so if it doesn't go in one way, turn it round and try the other. If anything pops up on the screen about external storage, just cancel it at the moment. It might not pop up. It hasn't on mine. The next thing we want to do is we want to download an app. So go into the magnifying glass, down to search, middle button, and just type VLC. That's V for Victor, L for Lima, C for Charlie. And as you're typing it, it should come up underneath VLC Media Player. Go down, highlight VLC Media Player in white, middle button, and then when you see this screen, make sure you've selected the orange and white traffic cone, middle button, and then middle button again to start downloading and installing it. If you've already got it installed, then it will just open at this point, but if you haven't, it will start downloading like mine. This bit might take a bit of time. It really does depend on the speed of your internet connection and also the speed of your Fire TV stick too, so just be patient with it. Once it's downloaded, it will then start to install, and once it's installed, you will see where it's got installing on mine. That will go to open, and the little arrow pointing down will go to an arrow pointing to the right. Hopefully shouldn't take too long. As you can see, mine now says open, so middle button on the remote control, and then it says welcome to VLC. Press the middle button again. Now this bit is very important. You must allow VLC to access photos, media and files on your device. Make sure that allows highlighted, middle button. If you deny it, it's not going to work. Middle button again, and then middle button again to start. And this is where we see here, okay, if we've got our USB stick or USB hard drive plugged in, it will come up new external storage detected. Do you want VLC to add device USB drive to your media library? So let's say yes to that. If you don't, then it won't scan the stuff on the drive and you won't be able to play anything that you've downloaded. So make sure that yes is highlighted in white, middle button, and there we go. We've got the little blue circle going around at the top, and here we are. It's found all of the stuff. If I keep pressing the right hand part of the ring on the remote control, that's all of the stuff that I downloaded to the USB stick from the DVD. So I've got Back to the Future, I've got Only Fools and Horses, the 3 episodes there I downloaded. Select one by just highlighting it, middle button on the remote control, and it should then start playing straight away. There you go, mine's playing. I can't show you this is blurred out simply because I don't have permission to play this, but believe me, it's playing just as it should do. So there you go, that guide showed you how to download a DVD or DVDs to your Fire Stick. Handy if you're going to take your Fire Stick away on holiday and you haven't got Wi-Fi. Also, it's handy just if you want to watch your own DVD collection still, if you haven't got a DVD player anymore. Don't forget, whilst you're at my YouTube channel, why not have a look around? I've got thousands of other videos right here, right now, covering all sorts of subjects. Hopefully, whilst you're here, you're going to find something to educate you, entertain you, amuse you, and maybe even save you some time and money. And speaking of saving money, have a look in the links down below. We've got some great deals on VPNs. We've got some great deals on Fire Sticks and Fire TV cubes and accessories. And by using those links down below and buying through this channel, it really does help support me and gives me more time to enable me to make videos for you.